Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing coming to you with another tutorial. This is a process that a lot of people have done on YouTube. I've only done it a couple of times, using some beeswax pellets to make some semi-transparent ephemera. But today I thought it would be fun to do a tag, a doily, a journal page, and a couple of journal pages. And I did a few off camera, so I thought I would show those to you. So let me just go ahead and move some of this stuff away. That's what we're going to be using. So this was a doily. I just love that translucent salt because doilies are very fragile when you try to put them in a journal. So I'm thinking that this might, I need to probably melt that some more. See how I didn't, my holes are plugged up, so I can stick that under my iron again and fix that. You can always redo that to loosen things up a little bit. This is a journal page, and oh, look at what happened to the back of it. Isn't that interesting? I'll probably make a card, journal card or something out of that, but I love it. This one's not very translucent because, well, you can see my fingers behind it, but it's a darker image, so it's not going to be as translucent. But I like the feeling of it. It's really smooth. Evie uses this kind of beeswax paper a lot in her journals, and I really love it, so I thought we would give it a try together. So this is just a writing page. Now, I didn't like that this kind of turned purple, so I'm not sure why. Do you see the purple tones in it? I mean, we'll work with it, but I thought that was really interesting. That it kind of turned purple. I also think that this would be better with a thinner paper, so I'll probably try some more off camera on a lighter weight paper, and perhaps we wouldn't have that same result. But we're going to proceed on as I had originally planned, and I'll play a little bit more off camera, and I'll probably share that in maybe at the end of the video in some on-screen text. So hoping that my camera is set up okay, played a lot with the settings, and hoping that that is all working okay. I'm going to take a minute and just check here. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure that the settings were right, and I should have done that before I turned the camera on. So this is the beeswax pellets that I use, organic white. I can link them for you. I got this a long time ago. I've hardly used any of it. It goes a long way. So we're going to have a play with that. I'm going to move that mouse again. I needed a semi-easy project. It's been another hard work week again. Our student population is just hard this year. It's just going to be hard. Oh, there's one more. Forgot about this one. Now this one's got some purple tones to it too. Isn't that interesting? And I'm wondering if it's the amount of beeswax I'm using, but see, it's what it's doing is it's interacting with the ink, because this doesn't have any purple on this side, but this side does. So I'm thinking that that's just a result of the ink that's in the paper, but I love it. Look at that. Ah, so I'll fold that and that'll go into a signature. So let's go ahead and let's start small. Let's do the tag first. I've got some paper towels here just to have some place to lay my stuff down. I've got a little hand towel here from my extra discarded towels. And then I've got a couple pieces of parchment. I like to use parchment. So what I do is I put one piece under the piece. We can actually probably do more than one thing at a time. So let's do, what else do we have? I thought I had another doily, but let's just do this small one. Let's start little. This is one of my coffee dye doilies, so I thought we would do that. Now I tend to overdo the wax, so I'm going to be a little bit less here. See if I can have success at this. I don't need as much as I'm using, I can tell you that. This is probably good. I don't have a lot of experience, so we are experimenting. I just need a little bit more on this one. But I needed a Friday video, so I thought I would do this. I have a lot of things on my mind, just in the world. The world is bonkers right now, and I'm feeling very emotional about that. As today, someone was assassinated. And I just think, I don't care what side of the aisle you are on politically, it's not okay. It is not okay. So I'm feeling grief for that. So, but we are going to play today. So I'm going to put this piece on top, and I use this multiple times. So I'm just going to put that on top. Okay. And then I'm going to bring my iron over. I got this travel iron, it's a travel iron, but I got it for the craft room, and this is the first time I've used it. It does have an auto shut off, so a safety feature. So I'm just going to start with the doily over here, and I'm going to let that sit a minute because it needs to get reactivated there. So you can see I have plenty of pellets because I can see that wax spreading out. But I want to make sure that I don't have those glops like I did on that other doily. So we'll take a look at it when we think we're done with it. So I don't feel any more bumps of the pellets. And these are quite affordable. So if you're on a budget, they're not terrible. So, or at least they weren't. I don't know what they are now, but okay, let's go ahead and move on over to the tag. I like to hold it in one place first just to give it a chance to, come on, to start melting there. I did some edge punching on one of those pages, so I thought that would be fun to see how it reinforces a scalloped edge when you use a border punch. I feel like it would reinforce that edge, especially if it's sticking out in a journal. So that's why I decided to do that. My husband is working late tonight. He has a social function at work, so got a little bit of extra time here. Okay, so we're not getting much wax over here. Let me push that over. Come on over. Join us. Okay, so you don't have to be done at this point. You can kind of take a look at it. So let's look at the doily first. Be careful because it is warm. Oh, the doily looks really good. So let's pull that up. Yeah. Oh, I'm loving this doily thing. And it's making this tea-stained one a little bit darker. So we've got some hanging off there. I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm not concerned about this iron, so I'm just going to put it directly on there. There we go. It'll come right off, so I just can wipe that off on my towel, and it's a nice iron surface there. So that looks amazing, if I do say so myself. Look at that. And look at how translucent that is. Oh, I love it. I'm going to set that over there. And let's go ahead and take a look at the tag. And again, if it doesn't look, see, we don't have any wax over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple pellets over on this corner. Didn't look like it was working. That's probably way too much. But I'm the way too much girl. Usually, you know, like, okay, so TMI. I went through a phase in my life where I had more underwear than 10 people could wear, and then I went through a phase where I only had like enough to get through the week. And so I just bought a pack of like 20 on Amazon. So I am definitely the girl of too much is better than not enough. I confess it is a challenge for me, but I'm like, well, I probably won't have to buy them for a really long time. And you know, when you get, especially when you get older, you know, it's, you just want comfy underwear, right? Comfy pants, comfy jeans, comfy sweaters. So that's where I'm at. So anyway, there we go. Oh, I'm just loving that. Look at that. Wow. It feels like it brightens it up too. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's a little bit hot. That is going to be amazing. So I'm going to set that over there. I see that we've got some ink being affected by that wax, which is not surprising, right? So I'm going to pull this back, and I'm going to move that bit of beads there and get over this one. So I used one of my edge punches, and this is going to be folded in a journal. So I went ahead and just did I did two different ones. So I did this design on that side and that design on that side. So I'm interested to see if that will reinforce those edges a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. This is, I believe, from the red grungy, ruby red grungy kit from Wild Rose Boho. I'm loving it. part of the reason why I had to do this is I do not have fussy cuts ready to continue working on the journals. I need to sit down and do a bunch of fussy cutting because I am not ready to put my head down and get going on the autumn journals and the sunflower fairy journal completely. So this is probably, again, way more than I need, but that's okay. It's okay. There we go. I'd love to hear if you guys have done this before. It's really fun. I've done semi-transparent ephemera pockets with it, which maybe we'll do this again because it's been a while. Don't have any over here. It's kind of hard to see when you've got that pattern. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more. If we've got too much, that's okay. And so again, I'm just using this again, this parchment over and over again, because you're just re-melting any wax that's on that surface. So let's go ahead and get this going again. And I gotta kind of trick that to turn on again. Come on. I like to we got a lot of wax here because I can feel it kind of sizzling, but that's okay. I have more wax than I could use, you know, there's so much. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pick it up and set it down in various places so we can kind of get that wax to distribute. But Evie gave me a journal a while ago, and she's got a lot of stuff in that journal that is made from this beeswax, and I just love it. I love to touch it. And that journal is very precious to me. I use it to write my innermost, about my innermost losses. And it's a safe place for me where I can write kind of surfacely without detail, and I'm not afraid that, you know, it's something that I wouldn't be bothered if anybody saw it, you know, after I was gone. So it's not like, you know, like a diary kind of thing. It's just a place to put thoughts and whatever is associated with that, whether that's a Bible verse or a poem or just a lesson learned kind of thing. So thank you, Evie, again for that beautiful journal. It sits over in my corner, my little lit corner with my glass lamp. So there we go. So this is again hot, so be careful. I just love what it does to the colors. It's just so vibrant. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull this up. I did print with the tea stain paper on the backs of these so that they're not white. Just peeling off that bit. Okay, there we go. I think this was upside down, so let me turn it. There we go, look at that. I know it's probably hard to see on camera, but look at that. You can see my hand behind it. And this is 65-pound paper. I'm definitely going to try some more tonight, and I'll put those pictures at the end of the video as well of this on lighter weight paper and see if we get a different result. I know you get different results if you have a lighter image, but I am loving that. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I decided to do this. Okay, so now I've got some lighter, one lighter paper. So this is a new kit that I purchased. I think I linked it in the first video for the autumn journals, but I love the combination of the neutrals, the script and kind of ledger kinds of words and that, and then, you know, this little piece of paper. And it looks like there was a paper clip here. I just think it's really beautiful. So we're gonna do this as well. And so let me go ahead and do that. I'm just going to speed this up so that we're not talking at every turn, because I don't think you need to hear me yammer on. So if you don't get enough, you can always pick up your parchment paper and put more down. So it's not like it's a one and done kind of thing. So, and then I like to start with just pressing it down just to start getting things melted, and then I began moving it around. And I can hear it sizzling. It's so interesting. Okay, and then just kind of do this. Oh, I realize I'm kind of off to that side, aren't I? I'm anxious to see what this one looks like because it's a lighter image, so it should be really pretty. I'll definitely try it on a lighter paper because I might be able to get away with doing some signature pages that are lighter, that are wax paper. So with maybe more translucency, I'm not sure. I don't think I've tried it on different papers before. I don't know if you guys can hear that. The sizzle. Just good thing it's not my hand, right? When my son was little, he was about, I don't know, maybe 2, and I was ironing, and I was standing at the ironing board, and I turned my body away, and he came up, and he put his hand right on the iron. And this kiddo was a thumb sucker, and so he burned the hand that he sucked his thumb on, and we thought for sure it would break him, not that that was the reason why it happened, but that we thought he would not be able to suck his thumb anymore because he couldn't put his thumb in his mouth, but he did learn to suck the other thumb. Even though he was a one thumb sucker kid, but it was so heartbreaking, that poor boy. He was such a cutie pie. He's now this big man, big godly man. Yeah, just a bear. I don't see him as much as I'd like. When I see him, my first thing I do is go and get a big hug because he's just got this strong bear hug. Okay, there we go. So we got a little bit. I'm going to try to make that melt because it's got a crusty corner there. I'm going to go over this one more time, okay? Just to make sure we don't got any crusty corners, crusty edges. And it could be that I'm just using too much and that's causing the problem, but I don't feel like it's doing any harm. Abby, if you have any tips, I would love to hear them, or any of you that have tried this. But, oh my gosh, so cool. So cool. Okay, here we go. Pick it up. Lots and lots of wax on there. So let's just turn this so I can get a hold of it. So this one's got a little bit of discoloration too. And again, it must be the ink, but I'm not bothered by that. I can see purples and stuff, but it is, again, it's fairly transparent. Yeah, it's not, because it's not as dark of an image. So we're going to do one more, and it is on some paper that we're using for the fairy journal. So I need to grab more paper towels here and get another layer going on here. Just a second. There we go. So one more, and then we will be done. I wanted to use this paper. Now I know it's probably not going to be translucent because it's such a dark background. This is from Riley B Graphics. I linked it in the video that went up on the channel today. Today is Wednesday, September 10th. I did link it. Isle of something, I think it was called, but it's really pretty. Lots of really grungy looking colors that are really, really versatile. There we go. Okay, let's call that. It's a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down again. Boom. Definitely do more of these because this is cool. Be fun to do some of the ephemera too. I might do that. I might see if I've got any of the ephemera cut out and I can do some of that as well. I was trying to remember because I think I had to use glue on some things that I made before, and I cannot remember what glue I had to use to make it stick. I didn't want to stick to the wax paper, which, you know, obviously makes sense. Come on. I haven't read the manual for this to know if it's at its hottest when the light is on or what, because the light comes on and it goes off and whatever. Okay. Just make sure we've got all those edges. I'm probably using way too much. I know I keep saying that, but I feel like I am. There we go. Okay. Let's let that cool for a second. I just love these. I can pick this one up now because it's not hot anymore, but look at that. Love it. I'm thinking that they're going to bend okay and everything. I would imagine you wouldn't want to score them really harshly because they might, I don't know if they would crack. So, yeah, I'll let you know what I find happens with that, but I think it would be all right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and peel this off. Oh, we've got some that's not melted over here or has an overflow. So let me just go back over that. So see how it's not done until you say it's done. Okay. In my humble opinion. There we go. I just feel like it makes the colors really pop, you know, like that's really wet. So let me move this. Actually, let me set it on top of here. Now I can fold that in half and set this down because that back is just soaking wet. I'm going to toss this in the trash. And let's see. It doesn't take very long for you to be able to touch it, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's about the same, so maybe it doesn't really matter what the print is because I feel like it's just as translucent as the other papers that we did, and I love what the back is looking like. So this was just the tea stain paper, but look at that. It's got kind of this mottled look. I can feel I've got some wax on here, but it's not a big deal at all. So my friends, that is it. A short video today. Again, I just needed to get something done and buy myself some more time because once I get the Friday video up, it's only Wednesday, so then I can start working on planning for the next week's videos, which is always my plan. So yeah, that is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you'll try this. I think it's really cool. Again, I don't like what it did with that purple tone, but we will work with it, and I love the fairy one. So cool. We'll make some kind of an ephemera or pocket out of that, and then our large doily, and then our paper that also has some, and that's just the ink, I'm believing. That's all it could be. And then our other coffee dyed doily, and our tag. I think I'll definitely do more of the ephemera because this has got an amazing feel to it. I mean, it's amazing. I love, it feels like wax. It's smooth. And you know, I don't know about you, but I love the various textures that we can get in our journals that just make them feel really unique and tactile. And then this is the one that's the journal page. And again, that strengthened those edges so much, you guys. This one is usually kind of fragile, this edge, and it is beautiful. It's strong. So yeah, I love it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.